Welcome back to Shazza's Travels. This time I'm setting off in Audrey and heading back across the channel, bound for Speyer in Germany. It's an early start as I board the DFDS ferry from Dover to Dunkirk, and it's a 2-hour crossing before the real adventure begins. Once we roll off the boat, it's straight onto the open road. With a long drive ahead, I'm keeping things gentle for day one and aiming for Belgium, where I'm hoping to spend the night at my very first camping car park in the town of Libramont-Chevigny. A few hours into the drive and I stopped at Aire de Audrey near Charleroi Airport for a quick break and leg stretch before continuing on. Hello and welcome to another Shazza's's Travels, and I'm off on my adventures again. It's Good Friday 2026. And we've been on the road for a few hours. We actually got down to Dover last night, stayed overnight in one of the local car parks, and up early this morning, and we got the 6 o'clock ferry from Dover to Dunkirk. And like I say, been on the road for a few hours, and now at a place called Aire de Audrey, which I think is near Charleroi, because we've been seeing planes go over where we're parked. So it's just one of the normal little airs that you get on the big roads in France. So we've just stopped here just to have a bit of a break, stretch our legs, and then we'll be moving on. Over in this direction over here, we've been seeing quite a few planes coming in, and spookily enough there's another one just coming in. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. Saw a Ryanair earlier. Got a new gizmo. I'm still getting used to how to use it. This one can zoom in, whereas my GoPro, you can't zoom in very easily. So yeah, so this is Aire de Audrey. We are planning to stop at a camping car park tonight, about an hour and a half away from here. So I'm just going to check the app just to see whether there are some spaces. It holds 15. It had about 5 spaces free last night, so I'm hoping, given it's Good Friday, it's not going to be full just yet. So we're going to have a look, check that out, and hopefully that's where we'll be staying tonight. I'd barely left the air when another plane came in to land. Turns out it was the first of many airborne encounters on this adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the next chapter. As we continued into Belgium and along the E411, not for the first time I encountered the L'Arc Majeur, a colossal 200-ton steel sculpture rising 60 metres high and the tallest public artwork in Europe. Our journey continued until we reached the town of Libramont-Chevigny. Despite a touch of sat-nav confusion, we found our way to the camping car park. So we've made it to the camping car park in Libramont-Chevigny in Belgium, and it's actually quite a nice area where it's located. As you can see behind me, there's some woodlands, and there are some trails around here. It's supposed to be good for cycling and walking. We're only here for the one night, as we're moving on tomorrow morning, but it's a pretty new site, just on the edge of the town. We actually drove through the town, and it's almost like just one long high street with lots of different shops along it. There was an Audrey, a Lidl, a Del Hayes, an Action, so some of the the bigger stores along there, and we are probably about a mile from the edge of town, and the actual camping car park is situated right next to a leisure centre. So I'm just going to show you the entrance to it. I reckon this air's only been here maybe about a year or so. Everything looks pretty clean and pretty new as well. So I'm just going to sort of take you down here and show you the entrance and the actual air itself. So this is where you come down, and there's a barrier. So if you're not familiar with how camping car parks work, some people have cards. Nowadays they're moving more over to the app, so you have to download the app and upload some euros onto it. There's a €5 sort of like fee, so to speak, to actually activate the app, and then you can upload some currency onto the app so that it's ready for when you actually want to stay anywhere. So when you get to the gate, you look in your app and you activate the site code, and they'll give you the code to type in. If you don't have the app, then you put in your card. So say it shows a code on the app, and you type that in, and then the gate will open up. So this site has got, as you can see, we've got 15 pitches here, and they're all electric. The electric is 6 amps. There's supposedly a hotspot Wi-Fi area, but we don't seem to have been able to pick that up. So I need to have a look at that in a bit more detail. But once you come through, you'll see all the pitches in front of you, and you just literally take your pick. So there's 4 of us here at the moment. The great thing about the app is that it actually shows you how many people are here, and also adds on anyone who's actually booked the site. To have the facility to book, you have to pay, I think it's €29 a year, which if you use these a lot, then it's probably quite a good investment. If you don't, then you have to take your chances that there's space. But when we looked at the app, it was only 7 vans that had got reservations, so to speak. So over the left here is your water point, so you can get water and drop your water. And there's also, that's the toilet emptying. So that's a little bit different, not seen that before. And then they've got some benches, and then some really nicely laid out pitches, so it's all hard standing. Some of them are a little bit on slope, but you'll see at the back of the pitches the electric hookup. Like I say, it's 6 amps, and there's 24-hour security here in terms of CCTV, and then, like I say, lots of pitches, nicely spaced out as well, and plenty of room on your pitch. And we went down here because it's relatively flat down here. We haven't had to use our chocks, so this is where we are. And like I say, we're here for one night, and then we are moving on tomorrow to our next destination. In my next vlog, I head to the historical city of Speyer in Germany and catch a first glimpse of what was to be another airborne encounter on this trip.